El Horrible. Horrible. El Horrible and BeDabblin. Give them their props.
Let me add the core diff.
Hello, Mama.
I'm not going to lie. I could watch Tukey all day long.
Tukey's fantastic.
Tukey's amazing.
I'm sorry, could we talk Tukey a bit? I'm a Tukey guy.
Oh my God.
He's an idiot.
I'm not really 16. I'm just scared no one would accept me.
The following program is of adult nature and may be inappropriate for persons under the age of 18.
The following program is a adult nature. May not be suitable for some of my friends.
It's time for BeDabblin Live.
When you wanna know who's got the show, his friends ain't talking potato. You can call him on the phone. He lives across from Home Depot. BeDabblin Live with El Horrible. 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 Start right now.
Greetings, dabblers, and welcome to Saturday morning BeDabblin Live. I am your host, 16-year-old YouTube sensation El Horrible. How is everybody? Oh, we have so much to talk about today. Posters, plane tickets. Where are the posters?
PosterGate J21.
It's been exactly 3 weeks since the posters were promised to the Shuliites, the Shuli maniacs. Where are they? Were they ever a thought? After they figured, hey, we can charge people $5 more for a signed poster. What was the plan after that? Why were the posters not there? Why were they not signed? Will they ever be signed? No. Because all these people are in different places. They're not all going to be together again. So you won't get your signed posters. But why won't Shuli just say that? Dela, thank you for the $2. Good morning, El Horrible, OJ, and chat. Good morning, Dela. This is BeDabblin Live with El Horrible, the only show that will not only buy you a one-way ticket to Atlantic City, will also buy you a ticket back home. OJ, how are you?
Great. Good morning, Mr. Horrible.
Oh my God, so much has happened this past week. It's insane. But before we get to all that, I want to bring up our other guest today, the Aussie Guy. He's back. How are you, Aussie Guy?
Thanks for the applause sound effect. It's great to be back. Whenever I see the intro to your show, it's always like, it's so professional. You know what I mean? And like, if someone were to click on your show and see the intro, they think, oh, this is going to be a really professional show. I'm always interested in how long they last after you actually start,
Sure.
if they still have those same thoughts. But no, that intro is tremendous. All your intros are.
Aussie Guy, it still gives me goosebumps. I don't care how tired I am in the morning or if I'm bored in the day or we're just starting the show. As soon as that intro starts, it gets me going every single time.
Who did the song for you? I love especially at the end there with those dun 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 dun. Who did that for you?
That is a ska core band in Greeley, Colorado called Day Trader. Their information is in all the description of my shows. They're a ska punk like hardcore band from Greeley. I actually played trombone in them when they first started, and but Greeley is far away from where I am, so it didn't work out. And I just said, hey, I need a like 60-second intro. All I ask is that you guys scream El Horrible, and they nailed it. They fucking killed it. So go check them out if you like ska punk and screaming music, because they're cool. They're original.
Sweet.
Thank you for joining us. Aussie Guy is the host of the United States of Australia. You're still doing that. You also do a thing with Husey called Get My Go. How have you been, my friend?
Yeah, good. Just started up with United States of Australia. Episode 1 was last week. Episode 2 will be out the next day or so. That's good. Like it's our own thing now. We broke away from BeMal, but nobody gives a shit about that. And also, yes, Get My Go is back. It's been on a big break. But for those that are into wrestling, that pay attention to what goes on wrestling Twitter and wrestling podcasting, Get My Go returned with Billy Barty and Brad Shepard on a podcast. They picked that apart. Mike Durbin, Joe Feeney, and Chad, who you've done some stuff with, I think El Horrible, Chad, Ian B.
Yes.
Those guys got together and broke apart this discussion that these guys had. Billy Barty is an interesting character. Look him up. He was on Big Brother in the UK, like, I don't know, 15 years ago or something. And yeah, he's got a little bit of the stuttering John about him with the delusion and all of that. So yeah, check out Get My Go. We'd love to get our 1,000 subscribers. So get over there and subscribe. Get My Go on YouTube.
Very cool. Yes, we will go out and listen to Get My Go. Dela, thank you for the $2. Are you a fan of the band Greeley Estates? I don't think I know that band, honestly. But no, yeah, Day Trader is just from the I guess, city. I don't know. It's not really a city, but Greeley, Colorado. I have to check out that band, Greeley Estates. I'm not familiar with them, but thank you for the $2. So it is day 21 of PosterGate. We still don't know where the posters are from the Pottstown Massacre. Guys, if you want to call in, 973-440-9770. Give us your thoughts and opinions on whatever we're talking about. But yeah, Pottstown is over. Obviously, it's been 3 weeks. But I was contacted by someone who is a beloved chata. Bob Catalano, 21 days. I still have not gotten my poster. We know, Bobcat, you're never getting your poster. It's not coming. That's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but it's just, you have to deal with it. We all have to accept it. PosterGate will continue. We will still do the countdown every week. Cardiff Electric, no invite. No, I didn't send you an invite, actually. OJ, send him an invite. All right. So without any further ado, this gentleman contacted me and wanted to talk more Shuli. Everyone give it up for Dylan from somewhere.
Thank you, El Horrible.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. How are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm doing well. I'm the happiest I've been since moving to somewhere. It's doing great down here.
That is fantastic. Now, is somewhere near Pottstown?
Somewhere is actually not far from where Shuli lives.
Oh, okay.
I'm kind of in my wandering phase. That's why I chose Dylan from somewhere as my tag. I'm not a big fan of Dylan the Wanderer, so Dylan from somewhere it is. And like I don't care that it's out there where I am. It's just kind of a gimmick that I came up with since Dylan the Wanderer sounded a little blah to me.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I call myself the Aussie guy, so I'm with you.
I do have a question. You said Billy Barty is on your podcast, your wrestling podcast. Now, this isn't the dead midget actor who died in 2000, is it?
Yes.
Because that's a little bit awkward. I imagine he's only going to make gaseous noises at this point in his career.
Look, he wasn't on our podcast. We reviewed his podcast, but no, Billy Barty. Yeah, he's an English fella. Google him.
So, Dylan, you reached out to me because you had some inside information about Pottstown, or is it just something you wanted to share about?
Yeah,
the
not
Pottstown Massacre?
Pottstown in particular. Just after DabbleCon, Shuli invited me to contact him. He said my DMs and Instagram are open, so I took note. I messaged him 4 different times. February 4th, greetings from DabbleCon. Thanks. Get together with you when we're both back in town. February 7th, here's my availability. Didn't hear back from him. That's okay. You know, you don't need to contact all your fans. I decided I was going to quit my miserable job. I'm currently unemployed, but I'm having a blast. I am very frugal and I saved up my money. I'll get a job in like August or September or something.
Okay.
So March 9th, I contacted him again, like just throwing all the shit against the wall. I have a knack for event planning. I'm a crafty guy. I can make some horse shit, cockroach lays that you could sell at the merch stand. Really, I could have manned the merch stand. I would have done a better job than the guy they got. Do you remember who they got at Pottstown?
No, I don't. But that last comment was right. You do kind of sound like Chris Elliott.
Thank you for the compliment. I'm a fan of Chris Elliott.
Absolutely.
Waiver?
No, who ran the merch table at Pottstown?
That would be no one, to my knowledge.
What?
From the information I have, I believe there was no merch for sale. Someone could correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe, like at DabbleCon, they had the merch set up on the karaoke stage, and then cleared it out for karaoke. Had it set up all the next day with Chrissy Mayer. With is there Shuli merch? I bought a WATP shirt. That's all I remember being on sale. But
at DabbleCon,
yes,
yeah, I don't. I think Dr. Steve had a table with some tchotchkes. And I know WATP, yeah, because I bought a WATP shirt as well, which, by the way, Carl, my mom does my laundry, and she said your WATP shirt is by far your best quality t-shirt you own. So congratulations to you, Carl, and the people at WATP and wherever you get your merch. But they are quality t-shirts. All right, so go ahead, Dylan. So, okay, so, yeah.
Sorry, can I just jump in for a sec? Wasn't it the joke at DabbleCon that Jenny Jingles was the second biggest merch seller at DabbleCon? Was it that live event? I'm sure I've heard Carl joke about Jenny Jingles being the second biggest merch seller, and I'm sure it was DabbleCon.
Well, she was selling the merch, so in essence, she was the biggest merch seller.
Well, just in terms of her own personal merch on top of WATP merch, I guess was his point, is that nobody else sold merch. So yeah, anyway.
I think it was a joke because I don't think she had anything, any particular merch. Kinky Loco, was Dylan the guy who dressed up as the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar roast at DabbleCon?
Yes, Kinky Loco.
Holy
I was
crap,
the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar roast. Yes, that was me.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
We did. We met each other.
I'm the first thing you see on your Live from DabbleCon video.
Yes, that's awesome.
I brought 3 different costumes. And the NBA merch is not cheap. So, like, my Kareem Abdul-Jabbar costume cost, like, as much as the VIP ticket.
Oh, sure. I'm sure. All right. So now, okay. So, all right. You offered, you were just looking to work for the Shuli Network. Was that what this was kind of?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I wanted to do entertainment adjacent work again.
Okay.
I spent 8 years in Los Angeles and did a lot of background work, did a lot of miscellaneous work in Los Angeles. I love working in the entertainment industry. Background work in particular is like going to summer camp. It's easy as all hell to anyone who's at all an actor in the smallest sense. But I love doing producer stuff. In 2020, my goal was I am going to produce my pilot. I was going to call in my favors from celebrity guests to help get it funded, possibly, slip it by. Hey, maybe you want to be an executive producer, fund this yourself. So we don't need to go that route. But 2020 happened, and yeah, the situation has not been right again for me to create that pilot. And so I moved to somewhere for some life experience, get away from Los Angeles, do something else.
What celebrity friends were you going to call in favors from?
My other producer was one person away from Kate McCucci.
Who?
From Garfunkel and Oates. She was on Scrubs, the weird girl. She's like patient zero for the weird hipster girl. She's been on a lot of stuff. Raising Hope, first season. I was a big fan of that. She was on that. You may or may not recognize her, but the little mousy girl from Garfunkel and Oates was the person. My two celebrities that I would have been called in favors from. Louis Anderson was top of the list, and
he's dead.
Obviously, I'm too late to call in that favor on Louis Anderson at this point, but he was alive at the time, and his part in particular could have been filmed anywhere. I made it very easy to just be able to go to Louis' house, give him an orange jumpsuit because the character was supposed to be live via satellite from prison. So I was making it very simple for him to join it and call in the favor that I had not called in yet from him.
All right, so these are pretty big celebrities we're talking about here.
Enough to get a 1 week pilot funded for, and it was a concept that was really out there, but I had a marketing strategy attached to it. Like, that's, if you're going to sell something, tell the network how you're going to make money, and it's much more likely to get picked up. So I had a concept that was really out there. Like, I'm a writer. I love creative writing. I've got a stack of pilots in various forms of completion. One of which is a wrestling pilot, Aussie Guy. I'm actually curious to get that around to both fans and not fans, because I'm actually really proud of that. I started working on it way back before Glow was even a thing. And then when it was announced, motherfucker, well, I can't do that now.
All right,
finished it.
Wait, wasn't Glow a thing?
Glow, gorgeous ladies of wrestling from the 80s. Yes.
Yeah. All right, so back to Shuli. Did you ever hear back from Shuli at all?
No, not a damn thing.
Bastard.
Yeah, four times calling him out. The fourth time was the very next day after I threw everything against the wall. He was like, "I'll call you tomorrow." All right, call me after 1. Here's my number. So Shuli could dox me. I'd rather you not, Shuli. I've had this number for a while. People know it. And, I could have sent you the Instagram direct messages, but, those are perceived as private. So I didn't want to share it the way that Shuli shared his private messages with Steel Toe to piss him off. Shuli's more of a do as I say, not as I do type of guy.
Sure. So now, but you believe that if Shuli had hired you, you could have pulled off Pottstown without a hitch. Now, what would your plan have been about the posters?
Well, the posters, I was pitching myself as a associate producer or an executive producer. The posters, like, he has a poster made up. He could have made up another poster. Mike Morris is an artist. Just have it turned in.
What?
He's got a book that he illustrated. I'm sure you've never heard of it. He doesn't plug it ever.
No, I didn't know that.
Which I heard he's only sold like 36 books, I think.
Who, KC?
Mike Morris.
Oh, I didn't know Mike Morris had a book. I didn't know he drew and stuff. I wasn't like, that wasn't a bit. I didn't know. Whatever.
He draws
caricatures.
Oh, he plugs it at the end of every show. Yeah, again, I don't that's cool.
Who listens to the plugs at the end? I'm always out for the plugs.
Yeah. I have to I usually get out before the plugs as well. All right, Dylan. Well, I don't know. Is there anything else you wanted to get off your chest about the Shuli Network?
What do you think you would have been able to do for him?
If I would have been in those meetings, like, that show was run by no one. The show started 50 minutes late. Like, if I was a stage manager at minute 10, we're putting on the stand-up show. And in general, like, I was in the comments all week, like, your Uncle Rico Live is opening for the Uncle Rico live show. You remember at DabbleCon, it was a fun, like, Rocky Horror type of experience where the audience is calling out. So you're going to encourage the audience first thing to call out, and then you're going to take a break and then come back, and you don't want them heckling after you've just been telling them call out during the show.
Right.
Just everything logistically. There was no stage manager whatsoever. Like, Shuli was kind of sort of in charge. Bob was kind of sort of in charge, making up the lineup, but there was no stage manager whatsoever.
This is BeDabblin Live, a place where people who were not at a thing review the thing. None of us were actually at Pottstown.
Yeah, not a single.
No. It's fascinating to talk about what we would have done if we were there.
Yeah, the thing is, Shuli lost absolutely all of his credibility when he was trying to make it seem like, oh, it was just a rough start. When we have two different callers and Cardiff saying different. What blew my fucking mind is that the host of a comedy show is smoking a cigarette during the show. Like, if I had been the stage manager, it'd be like, well, Shuli, you are never hosting one of your shows ever again. It seemed like they didn't even know who was going to host the show until Shuli was like, I guess I'm hosting. Like, he talked about all these prep meetings that he had, and with someone that has an efficiency like I do, I sent you a link, a Reddit link. That I really get in the weeds of what I would do to improve the last restaurant I worked at on anti-restaurant work. Dylan from somewhere is my Reddit name. And that's just
focus, Dylan, focus, job at hand. Talking about Pottstown.
This is just ancillary material that you can see that I am an efficiency expert. And
none of us were there. Again, I need to reiterate, none of us were at Pottstown. That's why our reviews of things are so great, because we're not even there and we just speculate the things that were happening and what we could have done.
You know what I love? What I love about Pottstown, is I'll give Shuli credit on this. The misdirection spot of having Ray DeVito be such a buffoon to distract from all of the mismanagement of this event from all reports. And I'm just going on Shuli's words. Like, a week before the event, he was on shows talking about how KC didn't know the details and logistics of the show, and multiple people were messaging him. He's like, I don't know. And it's like, he's saying that like he was saying before the event that it wasn't planned very well. So, and by all reports, it was planned really, really poorly.
No one made posters. They just had to make posters and bring posters. An extra $5 was given for posters, and they didn't bring the posters.
Something that blew my mind was just how Shuli invited everybody. Just everybody come.
Well, that was the insane thing. It was once the bill got above like 8 comedians. It's like
8 is the max. I agree.
I want to go back to Tiger Lily's comment, a class action lawsuit for posters. Who's with me? I actually was thinking about this before this comment. Wouldn't it be false advertising? There was a lot of false advertisements. Like you mentioned, he invited everyone to come on. I don't know how many people showed up out of all the people that were supposed to be there. Ray kind of got thrown in after they advertised for him. There's no posters that they promised.
Sure. I mean, I guess, you could have a lawsuit about anything, but we're just looking.
It's not really worth it.
I just think it would be hilarious if someone actually started a class action lawsuit.
It's worth more to us to just goof on it all.
Now let's get Milton's guy onto it. Milton's guy that was going to bring down Steel Toe. Everything Milton does is a bit, I'm sure. I don't think there was ever a fucking actual lawyer or journalist or anyone involved. But
you don't think he was served?
No, not that. I mean, back when with the Steel Toe stuff, when he said everyone sign up to this class action against Steel Toe for the prize night.
Right.
I don't think that thing ever existed.
Oh, no, I don't think
was
so.
a bit,
most likely. Dave Dallafor, thank you for becoming a YouTube member. I appreciate that very much, sir.
Yes, thank you, Dave. Love Dave.
So is there anything else, Dylan? Anything else you want to get off your chest about Shuli? This is the place to do it. If you want to get something off your chest about Shuli, this is the Shuli Complaint Hour, 973-440-9770.
With the booking of the show, like, they're complaining after the fact that Ray invited himself. Well, the stage manager, the producer, like, I believe producer Joe is more of like a Scott the engineer. He's more of a technical producer. There is no Gary Baba Booey.
I don't even know about that, to be honest.
Yeah, whatever he does, it's not like Gary Baba Booey stuff. It's not Marcy Turk stuff. There is no one writing the ship. Like, if Ray did indeed invite himself and they didn't want him, you just go to the producer of the show, the stage manager, and he's like, nope, can't fit you on, Ray. Thank you for wanting to be here. Can't do it. So they can be the bad guy. If Shuli isn't man enough to be boss of his own network, then you need this executive producer, this Baba Booey, to be there with you, which is what I would like to pitch myself right now for, Shuli.
Baba Booey.
The associate producer, off the table. You could have paid me piss poor money for that.
You lose, Shuli. You lost out.
But you need an executive producer. I'm a little bit underqualified, but I am better than nobody who is currently there. And you've got to pay me better than piss poor, which I was willing to take as an associate producer.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining the panel, the Black Spider-Man, Cardiff Electric.
Hey.
How are you?
Someone that was actually at Pottstown.
Yeah.
In the form, that he was.
You're ruining our panel, Cardiff. Our panel was supposed to be of 4 people who didn't attend the event talking about the event. Thank you. Goodbye. I didn't do that. He did that. He'll be back.
See you soon, Cardiff.
Dylan, you are angry with Shuli. You just wanted some courtesy, I think, and you just wanted maybe an email back, like, hey, maybe this isn't the right time or something. Because I don't know, you seem a little bitter to me.
Yes, and like I was indifferent to Shuli on the Stern Show. Like, he wasn't a Lisa G to me. I couldn't stand that twat, but I was indifferent to him. I became a fan in the fall, and yeah, he promised, like, hey, let's get together when we're back in town. Nothing. And I am like, Hank Hill is my patron saint.
This is starting to sound like Ian Hawke.
I love efficiency. So seeing that this show was so inefficient from all fan reports, Cardiff can confirm nor deny this, but like, it blows my mind that someone who's been doing all these shows for all these years, Killers of Comedy, so on, can put on such a poor performance. It bugs the fuck out of me.
There's only one thing I can confirm, Dylan, from somewhere.
Yes, sir.
This is the worst way to apply for a job.
Yeah, I think you're pretty screwed as far as your future with the Shuli Network, Dylan. From somewhere.
Gee whiz. Daggone it.
Well, I wanted to thank you for coming on and giving your thoughts. I think it was pretty interesting, and we'll have you on again sometime.
Absolutely. Thank you. And as I mentioned in the email, I can ramble on and on once you get me going.
Oh, sure. Now,
yeah, definitely.
Hey, if anyone needs your services, someone who has produced live events, who has produced entertainment, where can they find your resume, or how can they get a hold of you?
Yes, I might need you for Cardiff Con.
Yes, I am down to help you with Cardiff Con. I love event planning, Cardiff. I would love to help you. All my DMs are open on Instagram, on TikTok, Dylan from somewhere, Discord.
God, don't leave.
Discord, you can contact me there as well. I have a review show coming up with Mr. Winston the Puppet. That is in the works. I was going to debut it next week, but I thought of a little fun addition to the puppet show.
I invented puppets.
You did bring puppets
You
to the
didn't invent
forefront.
anything. Don't listen to him, Dylan. Yes, Dylan has a giant dog puppet called Mr. Winston.
Yeah, he's right over here.
Yes, and I know you've contacted me about doing something with him on the Tukey show and stuff, and we'll figure out something. Anything else, Dylan, before I let you go?
That's it. Just plugging the Mr. Winston Reviews Lost coming up very soon, probably in 2 weeks. Now that I thought of a new wrinkle, if anyone would like to help with the puppet show, Dylan from somewhere on all formats, Discord, open on anywhere you see Dylan from somewhere. And thanks for having me. And anyone looking to tighten up the bolts on efficiency, over here now.
All right, Dylan, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Later, buddy.
Nice to see you, Dylan.
He's an efficiency expert in everything but telling a story.
Oh. Anyway, Cardiff, how are you?
I wasn't expecting that.
Expecting what, Dylan?
No, that question. I haven't prepared an answer. I'm usually very tightly scripted.
Oh, yes. Where are you?
I am in New York City.
Whoa, what are you doing in New York City?
I'll tell you what I'm not doing.
Uh-oh.
I'm not doing a beer show with Opie.
Oh, what happened?
Which is the reason I packed this stupid mask and shirt in my luggage.
Oh, my God. What happened?
I don't know. He's just not returning my emails now.
I have a feeling that Cordiff and El Horrible might be responsible for Opie. I think Opie's guys might have figured out who Cordiff's handler was. Like how and probably saw my my famous light clip of yelling at Opie to buy a light and goofing on him. I think I had 1 or 2 Bam Margera things in my videos. Which Opie should be happy. He's winning now. Bam's gonna die. That's a big win for the Opster.
Congratulations to everyone, especially
WATP Kevin. Thank you for the $10. Thank you for the great show. Cut Cardiff loose.
Oh.
He did pay $10, so I feel obligated to do it.
All right, I give you 11. Can I stay?
Yes. Do you want to stay? I feel like we're infringing on your New York City trip. I mean, you don't have to stay for the whole thing. You can leave when
I'm leaving in a couple minutes. But...
Oh, okay, yeah.
Cardiff, now, did you go there specifically to go do Opie's show? Or were you out there? Okay, you were out there for other reasons?
Yes, there are other things to do in New York City. Other than Opie.
I feel weird talking to the actual human head.
Human Cardiff, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel weird talking. How do you like that, Aussie Guy?
What's that?
Yeah, you heard me.
No, I didn't. I honestly didn't.
Shut your cunt hole.
Well, that's a bummer. So he's just ghosting you. He's not returning any messages, huh?
No. Well, he said he was going to check with Matt and see if he could figure something out, and then never heard again. So I'm not going to pursue him aggressively.
No. I honestly haven't followed any Opie stuff for quite some time.
Maybe Friday we'll try and get back in there.
Next Friday.
Actually, sorry, just while you're here, Cardiff, it's funny because I've been going back through some old Stuttering John on WATP, all the old segments on YouTube, and I listened to one the other day where you and Carl weren't, working together yet, and Carl didn't really know much about you, and you were that super troll that you were in the beginning on Stuttering John's side. It was just really amusing to hear going back to before Carl knew you, and it's crazy everything that's happened since then, where you've done 2 stand-up shows now in your mask and all that. Three. Do you ever look back at that and think how crazy it is, how far this character has come?
I'll tell you, when I was taking pictures with Anthony Cumia in Carl's basement, I was like, how the fuck did this happen?
Yeah.
It is I've had a strange story arc, that's for sure.
Definitely. Yeah, it's interesting.
It's good to everyone should go sign up for Cardiff's Patreon, patreon.com/Cardiff Electric. Because I when I signed up, I went back and listened to some of the first episodes, and it's interesting to hear. I always say this, it's kind of like Homer Simpson, where the voice was kind of different, but then it kind of got into where it needed to be. But just the whole character, it's fascinating to see all this shit play out.
You were using a modulator in the beginning, right?
No. Unrecorded stuff, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm sorry.
Carlos Danger, I sent you an invite to a special event this evening, but
are you gonna go see Ray DeVito, or were you invited to the Mets game that Carlos was not invited to?
Yes.
Oh, you were? Are you going?
No.
Oh, bummer.
But the invite was nice.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Birds aren't real and nothing is a coincidence.
True.
Definitely stick around because I have some things I want to talk about regarding you.
Ooh, this is interesting.
David Dallifer, Chinathon.
I'm trying to see if I can turn my shirt into a puppet. Hold on. Oh, it's me, Carnival.
So we were both blown off by
the Opster, yes.
No, well, I was blown off by Chad Zumach this week.
Who?
And you were blown off. Chad Zumach?
Chinathon.
Never heard of him.
Oh, Chinathon. Yeah. Chad was supposed to be a guest on with Tukey because his channel got suspended and we were going to split super chats. Tukey.
Never heard.
And then Tukey woke up and he said, yeah, let's do it. I want to fuck over Kevin. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, I don't know how we're going to fuck over Kevin, but let's do it. And then the next day I woke up, and he was doing his show on his own channel. How dare he?
I'm really thinking he's taking his war very seriously.
Oh my God.
He really thinks he is righting a wrong that has been done in the world.
Yeah, I don't
he's all he's doing is gonna get himself completely shut down from YouTube with no chance of using YouTube anymore. Like I don't get his what his plan is.
Rumble, that's the plan.
Yeah. Where you get inflated view numbers.
And Twitch. Why does he try Twitch?
He should
get kicked off of Twitch quicker than YouTube.
Video games while he watches Kevin and says nothing.
So
much like right now.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
That's my fault though.
Oh no.
Wrench in your tightly scripted plan for today.
Oh yes. Everything is very, very tightly scripted.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna let you go because do you know anything about what happened on Melton yesterday?
No,
right?
I was busy
living life,
eating Sbarro pizza.
Ooh, delicious.
The best pizza in New York.
I wish I could recommend places for you to go in New York City, but I feel like everything I ever went to 10 years ago is gone. So
I have a guy that's been feeding me all the
oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
It's fantastic. Well, thank you, Cardiff Electric. Tell Mrs. Electric we all said hi.
Yes. Oh no, I'm here with the Guma.
Oh, nice.
Good.
You're Guma.
Don't tell her.
No.
Never watches this. It's fine.
But yeah, it was good to have you and good to see you and blah blah blah.
OJ, Aussie, the other guy. Nice to see.
All right, thank you. The great Cardiff Electric, everybody. It is weird when he's a human. It's disturbing. It's uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable. I want to think of him always as a potato. Yes, it looked like some people had guessed what I wanted to talk about a little bit. I feel as though this is a PSA warning to the women of whatever this whole universe is. We all have to look out for each other. And boy, oh boy, I am just going to play this real quick, and then we'll get into the clips.
Creep of the week. Creep of the week.
So if anyone's looking for a one-way plane ticket to Atlantic City, hit up the Brandon Network because he has miles or points for you. If you're a girl, that is. So I don't know if everyone's familiar with the Brandon Network. I will give Brandon Network some props. I believe they are the person who came up with Haka Haka for Tukey. So thank you for that, Brandon. It will materialize in nothing for you, but thank you for that. That was very smart because Tukey was originally supposed to be a very woke character and was saying woka woka. And I saw Haka Haka in the chat. I thought Kinky Loco wrote it, but apparently it was the Brandon Network. Haka Haka. Well, this guy is always on Reddit talking about what hacks everyone are. This guy's a hack. This guy's a hack. And then yesterday he called into Melton with some bizarre rambling for a good 5 minutes. It felt like an hour, but it was 5 minutes just rambling about how he has some infection and I think he lives with his mom. These are the guys who are constantly calling us hacks. But it doesn't end there. I guess Melton had Ga, who is someone who has been with our show since the very beginning.
Sure.
She is a beloved chatter. She's one of the the ladies of the NLO. But she was also here. She was here very early on with us. And so Ga has been here for a while. She called in, I think, to Melton's show as Tukina, a female version of Tuki. Everyone knows Tuki's pronouns are ze, za, ga, va, pff, and they, them. So she plays the girl Tukina. And I guess Melton had her on, and then he had Brandon on at the same time. And little did Melton know he was creating a love connection, but not in Ga's eyes. Ga just went on with her life like nothing was going, hey, I called into a show and my life is going to continue going in this path. However, the Brandon Network saw lust in that phone call. So let's go. So this is Melton's show yesterday. It was the last hour, I would say, maybe even a little more. It was about an hour and a half. Like, things just blew up. I'm not going to talk about the other thing because that's been talked about ad nauseum. If you want to know what that whole other saga that was going on, you can go to that.
And you'll get my Ian Hawke joke when Dylan was rambling. I thought that was a good joke. I got no reaction.
Yes. I honestly didn't hear it. I'm sorry. I was paying attention to something else. But yeah. So yesterday on Melton's morning show, and again, if you want to go listen back, you have to become a member. I think it's $10 for the NLO light or the overdose light. And yeah, I would just go to like the last hour and a half. I mean, Ski Mask was on. He had a great story, but after the Ski Mask story, that's when all the drama hit. And again, I'm not going to talk about the Ian Hawke thing that they did again last night. They talked about, but I don't think they really got. I fell asleep, and I know he was teasing that he was going to talk about the Brandon thing again, but I don't know if he ever did. I fell asleep. But all right, so let's play some clips. This is another. So Brandon had already called and had this really long, like, babbling. He was just talking to himself about nothing. It was just, listening to a retard just ramble on and on. And he calls back to kind of, because now I think someone in the chat had mentioned, hey, Brandon Network was trying to buy Ga a plane ticket. Ga, if you want to call in, 973-440-9770. Hold on one second. I'm going to make sure this is loud enough.
Yeah, I missed all of this, so this is going to be interesting.
Ladies, just watch yourselves out there.
We're not hearing
Hold on. I'm sorry. You're right. I forgot to share. That's my fault. I am an idiot. I'm a fucking idiot.
You're a fucking idiot.
That fucking. I prefer not to say anything, OJ, and just let him die on a vine. That's
yes. Thank you, dickhead.
Try to have a nice day.
I hope that your 18th NLO birthday isn't completely ruined, Patty. But
it is.
Thanks for letting me come on and talk.
Yeah, no problem. Hello.
Happy birthday, Patrick. I just found out it's your birthday. I don't know what happened for the last hour. I just tuned in again. But
hey, just tuned in again.
Chaos. I just have to stand up for Ga. Like, I tried to throw money at her. She wouldn't take it.
What?
For a flight to Atlantic City. I'll cover it. All expenses. Turned it down.
Well, so right there he says all expenses, but it's just a flight. So he offers Ga a flight to Atlantic City. Says all expenses, but it's just a flight to Atlantic City right now.
Which isn't really all expenses.
Now, wait a minute. Does he even know what Ga looks like?
Maybe from her picture. At this point, they've only been on a call together. On Melton's show, he accidentally put them on a call together. That's it. That's all. That's the only contact he's had with her.
Oh, wow.
And then all of a sudden, he's like, hey, I want to fly you one way. All expenses paid one way. You're not getting the extra leg seat. You're not getting the bulkhead. I'm not even going to have you on, an exit row. I'm going to pay one way for you to go to Atlantic City.
So, I mean, she's she seemed like a lovely lady.
Wait,
She
is
put
this
up with my...
is this Colt?
No, this is Brandon.
Yeah, but God's spoken for by Colt.
I don't know what created all this drama. I literally was just tuning back in after my last phone call. I just wanted to stand up for her character. She's a great lady. There's a few great ladies in this community and a lot of assholes.
Stay away from them.
Hold on, is this beloved chatter?
No, it's
No,
Brandon.
This is Brandon Network.
Oh, Brandon Network. Oh,
Beloved
Jesus
Chatter.
Christ.
No,
Sorry,
beloved-
I didn't pick up on that because you were so concise and to the point.
Yeah, I think the infection's starting to seep out of my body through my sweat pores.
I assume this is some kind of sexual transmitted disease infection he got in his dick. He doesn't explain that. I don't think. Maybe he did earlier. This is all alleged. I don't know.
But,
So hold on.
that's all I
Why were
wanted
you
to say.
why were you trying to buy a ticket to Atlantic City?
Yes. Why were you?
You know, it was just going to be a bit for the show. I thought it'd be,
Oh, it's a
little
joke.
chaos for the chatters, and it'd just be fun, have your stable of women in Atlantic City. We just
Stable of women?
throw money at Kevin Brennan.
Yes.
Fuck
I
around.
thought he said staple of women, but maybe he did say stable. Yes, the stable of NLO women.
It would be fun to have my stable of women in Atlantic City. What the fuck? What is going on this program?
But all right, man. I really do need to get to bed.
All right.
God, it was lovely meeting you, and
Oh, sorry, I did not mean to hang up. Fuck.
Okay, so there, we don't even know where is Ga gonna stay once she's in Atlantic City.
It's a Ray DeVito situation, isn't it?
This is a very big Ray DeVito. No, that's not actually. It's not a Ray DeVito situation. It would have been a Ray.
Flight paid for.
Yes, it would have been a Ray DeVito situation if Shuli had said, "Ray, we don't have any extra rooms. Why don't you hop in my bed with me?" Then it would have been a Ray DeVito situation. All right,
That's
so now
that's an excellent point. Yeah.
yes, because we're gonna learn that he did offer her a room, his room, because he didn't want to pay for 2 rooms. This was a good attempt, Brandon. I gotta say, you took your shot, I guess, but it is a little creepy. All right, here we go to 3 hours and 22 minutes in. My God.
I'd like to buy you a ticket to Atlantic City.
Okay, so I'm officially out of the Discord. This is so weird.
Great.
I
This
don't
is
know.
great. This is what I wanted today. I wanted everyone to just fucking rage quit.
Yeah.
This is it.
So because of all this drama, like the other drama and this drama, all the women are now leaving the NLO Discord. I know they all would hang out there. We learned more about that last night on Melton's nighttime members only show. Brandon has sociopathic traits. I think so. Bobby Floss, why do we care about Brandon? Because Brandon is always running his mouth on Reddit about how everyone's a bunch of hacks.
Everyone's a hack. Everyone.
Yeah, everyone's a hack. Everyone's a hack. Well,
does he? Pardon me. Does he have a show? Does he do a podcast? Does he
I
do
don't
a
think
stream?
he does shit. He kept saying he was going to premiere the Brandon Network, and all we've heard about the Brandon Network so far is that all their money goes out to fucking getting women to fly out and stay in their bedrooms.
I was going to say, we do know that he'll call into NLO and embarrass himself. That's one thing he has done in podcasting. So
yes,
good job there.
They have a tight budget at the Brandon Network. We can only afford one-way tickets and 1 bedrooms, king size suites. All right, let's see Ga explain, and this is where we get the voice mail he left her, or the voice message through Discord.
This
I'm
is
not
perfect.
rage quitting. I'm quitting peacefully. What just happened was this Brandon person obviously is having some sort of brain melt. He sent me
Another mentally ill person
message saying that he wanted to buy me a ticket to Atlantic City to piss off everyone in the chat.
Why would that
But he
piss
didn't
off
have enough
people?
money for 2 hotel rooms. What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
So she
I
said,
didn't think it was a funny bit.
he said, but I don't have money for 2 hotel rooms. So that's kind of where we we start finding out what's
Sorry,
what the true intentions
But
are.
wait a second. He doesn't have a show or anything. So what would the bit be for? I don't get it.
I don't. Yeah. Hey, OJ, this is the bit. He's gonna.
I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think logically here. I'm trying to play devil's advocate. Like what? Other than trying to get laid.
I think the bit is he's trolling Ga. He's just going to fly her out to AC and go, all right, good luck getting home, bitch. I don't mean that you're a bitch, Ga. You're very nice.
So I never said anything about it at all.
Hold on.
And then
Hold on.
yeah.
Hold on. This guy, Brandon, do you know him? Is he in your private
No.
little? Okay.
Everyone thinks I know him because when I called in last Friday, you merged the call with him, with me. So everybody thought we were calling in together.
You were Tukina last week.
Whoa!
Tina.
Okay.
And then you brought in Brandon. I didn't know that was going to happen.
Okay, so Brandon thinks because I connected you guys on a call.
Connected with love. This was a love connection you made, Melton. Isn't it incredible? We're gonna have NLO rape babies. Possibly.
Earlier he said it was great to meet you. Like you didn't meet anyone.
Yeah, it was
You're on
great
the
to meet
phone with-
you. That's what I'm saying. Ladies, this is a PSA. Please be careful. There must be some kind of internet rape spray. Hold on, we got a call. Caller, you're on the air.
Hi, this is Dylan from somewhere. If God needs a ride home from Brandon in Atlantic City, she could get at me at Dylan from somewhere on Reddit. I'm available always, looking for a job. Welcome.
All right, thank you, Dylan. All right, there you go, God. If you want to accept Brandon, the Brandon Network's offer for the one-way ticket to AC, Dylan from somewhere will drive you from AC back to wherever you live, which I think is the total opposite side of the country. But yes, the offer is there, so that is nice.
He thinks you're dating now.
And
That's pretty much what I think is happening. He thinks and that seems to be happening a lot in this little community. Everyone seems to think that they're dating each other, which is insane. We are not in high school. If you've never been to a strip club at this point in your life, maybe go to realize what the whole gimmick is about. They don't love you, but all right, not to get into that, let's keep going into the Brandon and Ga love saga.
apparently other people in the chat do too. Whatever.
Okay. And
just want to say I'm still a Colt C girl. That's it.
And so
apparently she's been talking to Colt C, which is awesome. That's awesome. I'm all for relationships and building online, but she seems to be happy with Colt C. Colt C seems to be a normal guy. I don't think Colt C was just on a phone call with her and realize, holy shit, this is love at first text.
They're the OGs of it. Like that goes back probably at least a month or two, where they got, I guess, quote unquote, got together in the chat, and Patrick was gonna give each other's emails, etc. So yeah, that was sort of a bit on the show. And well, if they're still together, then it must have been love.
Yes, I mean, there are ways, it's possible to find love through Discord chats and stuff like this, but the Brandon Network is going about this the wrong way. Colt C, stand up. Where are you? Defend your lady. No, I'm sure he is. And I just found I was fucking glued to all this.
Oh, he contacted. Do you have the email that he sent you?
I have a voice message.
What?
Oh, that's even better. Is
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, I would love to. Do I want to hear it?
No, that's all right.
I want to hear it.
We take your word.
Give me 1 second.
I don't know, chat. Do we want to hear it?
Yes.
Fucking love Melton.
Yeah, I think we need to hear the message.
I do too. I'm a melted
Okay,
man.
let me pull it up.
Oh, this is I'm almost gonna come from this.
I already did
Fucking
3
hilarious.
times. at this point in
Now,
the show.
Brandon's calling back in. I'm not going to merge him this time.
Brandon, call in 973-440-9770. Explain yourself.
Just
that'd be great.
Him going, hey, I want you to come to Atlantic City with me. And good news. They
Sorry,
only have king size suites, and I can only afford one. Yep, let's go.
Is this Goth? If so, hi. I was on the phone when you called in as well last week.
Oh, Jesus.
I was incredibly high on psychedelics and tripping in the woods. So,
well, that's normal.
I do apologize if I sounded crude or real dummy-like because I had that aesthetic. But I mean, I don't know if it was the shrooms talking or if it was the shrooms that made me feel like you sounded absolutely adorable.
Oh my
and
God!
I would love to piss off a lot of assholes in the.
I bet you Brandon used to call the 976 numbers.
I was gonna call in today and
the sound of your voice really turns me on.
Chicks think it's cool when you do shrooms in the woods too. That really gets their panties dropping there. My God, Brandon.
Do you think he's made her a mixtape yet?
Yes. Did you make her a mixtape of all your favorite Fish songs? Put 2 of them on a tape. All right, here we keep going. Let's see what else he's got to say. Baby, I don't know if it's the mushrooms or your titties, but my God, I had to call you.
Cover your flight to AC in August. I could even be talked into possibly buying the ticket to return to wherever you live.
What? What does that mean, talked into? You know, when I have you tied up in the hotel room, you might convince me to send you back home to your family. My God, what is happening?
Lodging, I mean, I'd hate to drop $1,000 on 2 rooms, but like I definitely, if you wanted a room, I could definitely like throw some cash away. Maybe like.
They tell me to back up because OJ
I do
talked over.
apologize if I sounded crude or real dummy-like because I had that aesthetic. But I mean, I don't know if it was the shrooms talking or if it was the shrooms that made me feel like you sounded absolutely adorable. And I would love to piss off a lot of assholes in the NLO chat. So I was going to call in today and offer to cover your flight to AC in August. I could even be talked into possibly buying the ticket to return. Lodging, I mean, I'd hate to drop $1,000 on 2 rooms, but like I definitely, if you wanted a room, I could definitely like throw some cash away. Maybe like make it exciting. I'll give you like $200 and we'll go put it on black and hope that you can pay your bill.
What the fuck? Okay, I don't have enough money for rooms. I don't want to blow money on that, but we'll blow it on black and we'll see if you can pay your room. I mean, hey, gas, ass, or grass, you're going to have to pay for this room, girl. Holy shit. Again, this is a public service announcement for the ladies out there in the chats. Please be careful.
Creep of the week. Creep of the week.
This is your one-way ticket to Creepville.
Can I put on like a girly voice and we get Brandon on? And
Brandon is welcome to call at any point.
And let's see if I can convince him to buy me
Hello?
out.
Hi, is this Ga?
It is Ga.
Oh my God, you're still alive. Thank God.
I am still alive. Well, that's why I don't give out my real name or any of my information on the internet.
This is horrifying, and I'm so sorry for you. I'm sorry you had to
I'm
go through this.
completely fine. And no, it's completely fine. I only share the first message. That was his shooting his shot or whatever.
Right.
And the one thing he said that like disturbed me was like, I want to piss off everyone in the chat. And I already get flamed way too much, you know? Like I don't need somebody calling in and saying, I'm going to pay for a one-way trip and
bizarre.
maybe we could stay at a scene.
You had no contact other than Melton accidentally putting your calls together.
He didn't accidentally. He did it on purpose.
Okay.
Because I called in as Tukina.
Okay.
I went, whoa. And he was,
I get it now, Brandon. I'm with you, dude.
I think
I'm with you, Brandon.
That is like a siren song.
right.
Oh,
that's
that's
all
great.
I said. I go, whoa. And then all of a sudden, Brandon's on the phone.
Oh my
Keep
God.
going, keep
And
going. I'm
everyone in
nearly
the
there.
chat thought
Do it
that we were
again.
calling
Do it
in.
again.
So if I keep going, you actually explain that after this call, he sent you, or not call. These are Discord like voice messages for everyone out there.
Correct. Yeah.
He doesn't
so
have.
He was
Yeah.
like, correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he's just sending her like voice messages. He doesn't
No
have her
one knows
number.
my name.
Right.
None of you know my name.
Right.
None of you know my number.
Sure.
None of you.
And so after this one though, did you respond to him?
I did because I didn't want him to call in and use my name. And I was going to keep this secret forever.
Sure.
But he brought up my name after, the thing we're not supposed to talk about,
Right.
Ian and Dalish. And for some reason, he decided to call in again and defend me over nothing.
Yes.
No one was blaming me. And he just brought my name up. And I was like, all right. And in the chat, you should have seen, I was getting destroyed. Everyone was saying, like, Gauze worse than Dalish. She's trying to play everybody. Cold C, watch out.
No.
I was like, all right. Why don't I just call in and just play exactly what happened?
No, and I'm glad you did because you definitely I feel so bad for girls on the internet.
Especially in our universe. What the hell? What is the attraction with you beautiful ladies coming into the Dabbleverse?
Everyone is so
I'm grateful.
I don't know. I like funny.
Yeah, no, that's right. And she should feel, she can, be in a place where she just wants to be entertained. She just wants to laugh and have a good time with everyone. And
I want to participate. I want to have fun and mostly behind the scenes. And
Right.
I'm not.
She didn't know she was a gazelle drinking
there's
at the.
145 people listening to me right now, but whatever.
Those are big numbers, Ga. Those are very big numbers for us.
It's 145. I'm stunned.
Do you remember when it was 13 of us?
I know. That's what I'm saying. You were like at the very first couple episodes. That's why I feel so horrible that this had happened to you. So you did respond and all this, but the thing that we haven't heard yet is that wasn't the only message he sent you. He sent her 60 other messages. Not
He actually,
6.
No.
What?
60.
Yes.
But he actually created 2 other stock accounts to send me more. I'm not kidding you.
He was in this
2
chat.
other stock accounts.
He was in the chat very like when we first started, and then he said something like El Horrible wants a war. I'll be back or something. I don't know. But oh my God. So it was actually more than 60, more than 60 other messages. And now were they ever like, what the fuck is going on? Why won't you fucking da-da-da?
No. I have to defend him a bit.
Okay.
Can I defend him a little bit?
Of course.
I don't want everyone to see he's like an asshole. That first message, whatever, he was reaching out, and I said, "Look, I don't know what the fuck you think I am, but it's very sweet, but I I have my own thing going.
Right.
AC is not a thing for me. I'm not. But please do not call in and say everything you just said. That's the only thing I want to tell you. Do not call in and try and stir up shit in the chat. And that's all I wanted to say to him. And then after that, he was just like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And he got very like calm and meek. And he started talking about music and whatever. He was just, I don't know, he's going through something. He has a brain infection.
Sounds like he's just a lonely boy looking for love.
He's a lonely boy. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think anyone necessarily thinks he's an asshole. It's more that it's pretty desperate, thirsty, and
we're
creepy. Yeah,
we're all goofing around here. Listen, do I really think that he is, planning to stuff you in your own suitcase once you got to Atlantic City? No, not necessarily.
Well, yeah, look, the jury's out.
I'm not a dummy who would actually take up that offer.
I know. No, you seem like a very well-adjusted person. Like I said, we've known you since like the very beginning. So, that's one of the reasons I did this. And also, did they cover this last night? I fell asleep during Melton's members thing. He was pretty drunk too. I don't know if you ever got to it.
They covered it a little bit, like tangentially.
Because I didn't want to double cover it or anything, but I had nothing else, and it was just so fascinating.
No, it's fine.
Oh, it was such fascinating radio, and it's just
That's her beloved chatter.
That is pretty sexy, I gotta say. Can I fly you out to Cleveland?
It's Chukina.
One way.
One way ticket to Cleveland.
By the way.
All right. Well, thank you, Guy. Lay low, Guy.
Bye.
Do not, lay low and be safe.
Bye.
Goodbye. Bye.
Bye.
By the way, bye.
Bye.
Bye, Guy. Bye. By the way. We had someone else trying to call back. Yeah, so man, she pretty much gave all the things. And I will give it to Brandon. He did call and fessed up to, exactly pretty much what we all figured he was, he's trying to get a girl out. He took a shot. Caller, you are on the air.
El Harry Blay.
Hello.
It's Carlos Danger.
Hello, Carlos Danger. How are you, my friend?
I'm wonderful. Thanks for taking my call. I just wanted to say that Ray DeVito has never offered a one-way ticket to any females to Atlantic City. Ray DeVito is not trolling chats for OnlyFans models.
This is true.
Ray DeVito has never left 60 voicemails for females.
This is true.
Ray DeVito has never created a stock account to hit on girls on YouTube.
Right.
Ray DeVito right now is bike riding in New York City. He's going to a Mets game with friends. Then he's doing a stand-up spot somewhere in Queens. And then he's drinking.
Ray is a very strange
are the lolcows.
but dateable man.
We are the lolcows.
Thank you very much, Carlos Danger.
Hold on, Carlos.
Carlos, if you want a free meal, hook up with Ray DeVito. He is very, very focused on getting you to dinner. And I am shocked that Carlos, of all people, is not taking up Ray on a steak dinner. But Carlos does have a family and has shit to do, and Ray doesn't ever seem to understand that. And Tukey is starting to feel the effects of Ray. Oh my God. Ray sends Tukey a link 15 minutes before he goes on, and then he starts bitching. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Like, I didn't say I could even go on, but whatever.
Yeah, too much Ray is actually, I've been calling it Ray brain, because when I start watching Ray a little too often, I find myself losing my thoughts and losing my place.
There's been a lot of too much Ray.
It just happened right now, actually.
What, you're not into the Ray stuff, Aussie guy?
Look, I'll take the stuff like when Melton covers it or whatever, but when he just loses track of his thoughts so much, and he doesn't listen to anyone, and that infuriates me. I hate when people don't listen, and I don't know how he's got this far in comedy. as being somebody who doesn't listen like him. Like, I
Yeah.
think, isn't that one of the keys to comedy and, of course, broadcasting is listening?
Yes, that's why I'm bad at both, because I often find myself not listening.
What?
That's no. Go ahead.
No, I wasn't making a bad joke. I wasn't listening.
Oh, okay.
Home run, kill me a home run.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, if I wasn't involved with Ray, and when I say involved, like getting out, Ray had no interest in El Horrible. Oh, I don't know who El Horrible
Nobody
is.
does.
Why does he keep talking about me eating my boogers? But then all of a sudden, Tukey, it's like Ray wants Tukey on all the fucking time, and I'm like, Tukey can't come to the phone right now. Tukey can't play today. He has to finish his homework. Ray,
how jacked are your forearms since Tukey started?
I really feel like my left arm is like, I do nothing. Like, so to even have anything here, like I feel kind of good in my left arm, which is rare because my right arm is usually gets the workout. Yeah, I'm getting better at it. Quite honestly, it's not getting too bad. The pillow definitely helps with Tukey and all that mess. Okay, so I wanted to play because Brandon did call in and kind of, he said, yeah, I was just kind of, he did own up to everything. So you do have to give Brandon that credit. And again, if Brandon wasn't so vocal on Reddit about how everyone else sucks and everyone's a hack and everyone's shit, I wouldn't even have probably fucking played this. But once I heard that it was the fucking Brandon network who was doing all this shit, I was like, I
Me
gotta
up
play
to
this.
make customs. It would ruin my life.
Yeah. No, this is probably going to do that to me, guys. I'm just
It's
not.
It's not.
It's all good. I'll work through it. I will work through it.
Hey, stop that. Hang up and listen, okay? Because I'm going to talk.
Yeah. Unidentified caller.
Fucking hell. Hello, this is Brandon.
This is Brandon. Listen, I didn't call in to attack Guy. My original point about bringing up Guy was to defend their character. She handled my delusional ass lovely. I apologize that she had to deal with that. I
He owns
sit
it.
there and play the message all she wants. Yeah, I was a hack the last couple of weeks.
No, look. And by the way, you calling and owning it, this is much more respected. But you were trying to, is that really how you were trying to get her to share a room with you? You were like,
no, I didn't want to drop. I'm not going to drop $1,000 for 2 rooms in Atlantic City for 2 nights. Like I said, I would throw some money her way for lodging. I'd cover the flight. I'm not dropping $2,000 in fucking Atlantic.
She didn't want to go.
15 years ago.
Retard.
Fucking garbage.
yeah, but this is like your dad. This is like your dad for your birthday calling up and going like, good news. I've been saving up and I'm gonna send you to space camp, but I only have enough for the bus ride there. So if you wanna participate or have a bunk or you want to get home, you're gonna need to suck dick on the launch pad for money.
It was more like a monopoly from McDonald's. You collect the tickets and then you lick them and paste them on the board, and you hope you win.
All right, so you got to give it up to Brandon. He did own up to it, so I will give you that, Brandon.
Yeah, I got to give props for anybody, especially in our universe. People don't seem to like to own up to their mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I give them props for that.
Agreed. Caller, you are on the air.
Yes, hello. I don't want to pile on, but Brandon did also send me some messages through Discord.
Ooh, do you want to remain anonymous?
No, it's Spaghetti Tooth. He sent me just a couple of messages about the same time he was sending messages also. But he wasn't inviting me anywhere. He just called to let me know or sent me a message to let me know that he had invited God to Atlantic City and that I guess he just wanted me to know that.
Weird. Wait, and so he didn't offer you...
I know.
He didn't offer you any kind of trips?
No, I didn't get offered any.
Maybe he was waiting for you to suggest a little 3-way action.
I don't know. I thought, well, if he asked for my blessing, if he want me to talk God into going with him, but it was just a couple, and he sounded a little embarrassed. So I just, again, I didn't want to pile. He seems like a nice guy. It was just a very odd interaction. He left a couple of messages and told me he invited her to Atlantic City. He was very excited about it. And then he hung up and he called back and he kind of mumbled a little bit and then hung up, and that was about it.
This is insanity. Well, and all I have to give him apparently has some kind of brain infection. Back in my day, we used to just call them stupid or retarded, but now everyone has some kind of disability. So he has a brain infection. I don't know. That's the only way I can justify any of this.
It just makes him creepy.
How to take all this heat.
No, God.
He called God.
Oh,
he called me too.
Gotcha.
He didn't invite. I don't know if I feel relieved or if I should be offended that I didn't get invited to Atlantic City. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
Well,
I was like, man, why would he invite
If we could
her?
get him on a call now with you, he might fall in love with you, and then you might get your offer.
Can you do a Tukey?
Anyway,
Yeah, do a Tukey.
I'm not as good as God. She does a really good one. But,
You gotta do it.
Well, that's all right.
That's good.
That's not bad.
It's good. Well, thank you for calling in, Spaghetti Tooth.
Guys, I appreciate your show. I love it, and I just wanted to let you know that he's just not. I don't know. He seems like a nice guy, just kind of misguided.
Well, he did own up to it, and we respect that. So thank you for the call, and thank you for all the support. Appreciate it. Take care. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Caller, you are on the air.
Hey, it's Kinky Loco.
Hi, Kinky Loco.
Hey, I wanted to talk about the messages that Brandon's been sending me.
Oh, what messages has he been sending you, Kinky Loco?
Oh my God, you too?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
Well, you do have a sexy voice. I might invite you out somewhere.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Kinky, you want to come to AC?
Is anyone go? Aussie Guy, are you going to Atlantic City? How much is a flight from Australia to Atlantic City?
Look, Brandon, if you're interested, I mean, yeah, I'll share a room with you. To be honest,
Sounds to me like
there you go. Brandon
just doesn't have any game. Maybe he thinks this is how you hit on women. 60 voicemails. I wish maybe she could put in the chat. How was that, like in a day, a week, a month? How long did it take to compile those 60 voice messages?
It's got to be a week, doesn't it? Because wasn't it last week when they were on the phone together?
You're right. Yeah, it was pretty quick turnaround because that phone call probably happened about last week.
That's just, I can't get past. That's the craziest part of this. They just got linked up on a show for I don't know how long it ended up being, but that he's just then banged just off of that phone call. There's something there. Like, I'm fascinated by this.
Mom, Dad, how did you guys meet? Well, this guy Patrick Melton had a live stream, and I was pretending to be a female version of a puppet that goofs on Chad Zumach, and then the Onion put on your father, who was on mushrooms in the woods.
It's great, and he's I want to buy the ticket to like piss people off in the chat. I don't think anything has made less sense since Chad Zumach said, "I'm not drinking out of spite." Like, what a way to get sober.
He also said something the other day, like, I try to do the right thing, but I'm not doing that anymore.
No, it was in a few hours. Get out of town.
Wow. Yeah, Brandon, if you're still listening, you gotta calm down on that with the ladies. That definitely sends off even if maybe you're not a creepy guy, but that feels creepy.
Brandon, did you ever think that maybe 61 would have been the one to win her over? Maybe you didn't do enough.
Yeah, I'm with you,
man. So ladies, this is the PSA to just be careful out there. I tend to believe that 99.9% of the chatters are good, but I also tend to believe that 99.9% of the chatters have mental instabilities. So just be careful out there. Everybody.
You're all broken.
Right. You are all broken. And God, girls are not the only ones to be victims of this kind of stuff. Guys could, I guess, be victims of it as well. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, I think the one-way trip makes sense because if there's a lot of passion involved, she might become clingy and want to stay with you. You got to give that an option.
Wow, that is fascinating.
Maybe she might go home with him.
Right, you're right. Maybe this is like when you bring over a like a mail order bride and you don't book a flight home because you just
because if you're boxing her into having to leave, that's like saying, hey, I am only interested in a one-night stand.
Yep.
You're saying, look, I think this thing has wings. This could fly.
You're right. Yeah, he was ready for the full commitment. And a lot of women are always like, I need to find a guy who's ready for commitment. What is more commitment than to say, hey, I've never met you, but I want to fly you out here and never fly you home. That's love.
Right. And not even offer the room, because that's like taking things for granted. Let it go by, an hour by hour thing.
Call her,
and say, all right, I think we're ready for a room at this point.
Yeah. I mean, play it out. Who knows? Maybe you're not even going to stay in AC. Maybe she was going to be like, this is lame. Let's go back to your place. Yeah. You call her. You are a genius.
Maybe she's wild. Maybe it's under an underpass or something. Who knows where the moment's going to take her?
That's it.
It could be in a lobby. It could be in a wooded area. Who knows where she's going to want to, get romantic.
A wooded area and mushrooms.
Spontaneity.
You're right. And
don't force it into traditional things.
Right. Who wants that looming return flight, over your heads? Oh, God. She's going to have to go home soon. That was an excellent call. Thank you so much. I wish I knew who that was. That was fantastic. And you were very clear. Whatever phone you have, it was fantastic. What else? What's going in the chat? Why is everyone Why is everyone saying things to beloved chatter? 48-hour fiance.
Oh, he had a let's go back to that. He said that he's got some DMs. See,
the ladies sliding into his DMs. He's got stories.
Shit.
Call in. This is what are we gonna call this now?
Secret safe with me, ladies. Keep those DMs coming. Is that what you're talking about?
Here, no, this one here. Oh wait.
No, there was one before that.
I just put that on.
Oh, okay. Wait a second.
So he's not
right here.
I would call in and share my stories of a lot of ladies slipping into my DMs. My God, please.
I imagine that's got nothing to do with the money he throws around on streams,
I also, do we know that they're ladies?
Well, that's another point.
That's the thing. Anyone can be whoever they want to be on this. So that was our PSA and Creep of the Week segment on BeDabblin Live. Again, I think, let's all give him the shadow of the doubt that, he was just having a weird time. He did own up to it. And Goss seems to be okay with everything. All the ladies seem to be okay. But like we said, just as the Opster says, keep your head on a swivel.
Did you say give him the shadow of the doubt?
Yeah, I fucked up. I totally fucked up whatever I meant to say. Get the benefit of it.
Benefit of
the doubt.
But I think the other thing you're thinking of is without a shadow of a doubt would be.
Well, they say that in wrestling all the beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, but that wasn't appropriate for what you were saying. So.
No, I'm 16.
Chico Ruizing has a good question. We haven't seen the drunk of the week in a while. Do we have a drunk of the week?
Because the champion has not been around to defend his title. How can I give?
I think he is just always the drunk of the week.
Even you could have given it to Zumak for a while now, I would have thought.
Or to Zumak, you're right.
DeVito probably could have got it from time to time.
Guys, it's pure laziness.
I think it would go maybe to Kevin Brennan. He seems like he's been kind of drunk. He may have been drunk last night.
Well, I mean, Kevin Dumbfuck was kind of the drunk of the millennia at the beginning of the year, so it's kind of hard to name someone else drunk of the week when we pretty much had the drunk of the millennia.
That is true.
All right, so we still have a good 40 minutes or so until the 2-hour time limit, until this whole live stream blows up at the 2-hour mark. Aussie Guy, did you catch KC is back?
Yeah. I tuned in for a minute or two.
Do you follow KC Armstrong at all?
Look, I don't. I tuned in when he had Carl on, and obviously I've listened to Melton. You know, pick him apart. I listened to you guys pick him apart a couple of weeks ago. That's the extent of my Casey Armstrong knowledge.
So you were you a Stern guy at all?
No, not at all. I've learned about Stern in the past year and a half when obviously the Stuttering John stuff, and then I've learned so much more about the Stern years, but no, I was never a Stern guy.
All right.
Yeah, I'm a Aussie guy. I'm a huge Casey Armstrong fan from when he was on the Stern days. However, I'm not a huge fan of his channel on YouTube yet. Look, I say.
He similar to Ray, he gets very distracted. He can't stay on point. It's tough to watch the little bits that I have watched. My big thing with a lot of these Howard Stern guys is like, unless you're like Billy, Jackie, Artie, Fred, Robin,
right?
Like you were just a bit part,
Yes.
And Billy West, I know from Futurama before Howard Stern. But anyway, they're the ones who could claim to have really had a genuine contribution to the Howard Stern show and what made it so great. These other guys that were bit players that had funny bits on the show, sure, like they were a part of it, but there's just this, I don't know, entitlement that ex-Stern guys seem to have, that like they feel like they're owed this respect because they were on this great show for however many years. Like, it's just weird to me. Like, a lot of them have it. Shuli has it. Obviously, Stuttering John has it. Levy has it to an extent. Like, there's just, I don't know.
Well, these were their peak. Like Stern was their peak, and now they have to figure out how to continue, on through their path in life while, leaving the peak moment of their life pretty much behind, which, I mean, it's gonna be hard. And listen, I understand because people like reached out to me and were like, hey, you're a little hard on KC. KC has some mental problems. I know, I get it. I've been listening to KC since 1997. I know that. But at the same time, if I was as mentally ill as Casey claims and all this shit, I would not be on the internet, doing my thing. And I am mentally ill. Look at me. I have all these personalities, all these characters, all the shit, but I try to do it in a funny, entertaining way. I feel that I'm the same as Casey and Ray, where I have attention things. I don't listen sometimes when people are talking during my things. I am getting there. This is new. This is not a show. I've only been doing this since November. Wah, 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 wah. But if you're going to put yourself out there, people are going to criticize. And sorry, I'm one of the ones who enjoys doing some of the criticizing. And again, I expect people to criticize me. Like right now, the Brandon Network is arming the troops, getting the battle strategy in line to come after me. And I expect it.
It's not just that, going back to the, like, they live off the Howard Stern name, which is great. Like, but to then come to do shows on the internet and just seem to show nothing of what you learned while working in radio. Like,
sure,
there's no structure, no nothing about preparing a show,
right?
But you're still going to boast about the years that you're on the biggest radio show. And again, it seems to be the same thing with a lot of these guys that were more fringe players on the show, that they just want to coast off that name and they're not putting in the same level of effort. I'm looking at you, Shuli. You don't put in enough effort and you think you can coast on super chats and stuff forever. It ain't going to work. It ain't going to last long.
It's not. The stories are getting old. We've heard all the stories. And now that's the thing. Like, so Casey took off the last week and a half, almost 2 weeks. He said he had to think about some things. I'm going to jump around because I don't really have timestamps. But yeah, he kind of just explains what he's been thinking about the last week and a half or 2 weeks. And I don't even know what that really is. So Casey came back and now he has membership tiers, and his membership tiers are kind of weird. Hold on, let me get out of this and let me see if I can go to where it explains his memberships. So if we go to join, can you see this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't believe Casey had memberships until he just came back. So for $2.99 is the Casey is Gay and Loves You group. You get loyalty badges, members only live chats, and priority reply to comments. So that's basic. $2.99. You're basically just saying, hey, I want to support.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it was set up by Vince. I'm sure Casey didn't put the Casey is gay and loves you. It just totally reeks of Vince's work.
And again, because Casey doesn't even know how to set any of this up, I think at some point in the stream he even says, I don't even know what a membership means. So Casey was obviously not taking the time to figure out his show or figure out his memberships. The $5.99 membership, your ass sits in on the show. You get early access to new videos, member shout outs, photo status updates, exclusive members only videos, members only live streams. You get all that here for $3.99 on the El Horrible network. And then it starts to get a little weird and interesting. For $24.99 a month, it's called Workout with KC and Show. It just says the official Town Dicks show producers come work out before the show.
What?
Casey never explained any of this in his live stream. As far as I listened, I was kind of in and out, but I do not recall him explaining anything about what these perks are.
He didn't even know what the membership was.
To everybody worried about making a what?
What? You just started talking. What's up?
Oh, apologies, boss. I must have missed something. No, it's just in regards to everybody worried about all these screwy lilies and making fun of who might be deficient this, deficient that. I'm going to quote George Dudley of Otto and George. We're all going to hell for laughing at that. Laugh at the retard. Throwing your own piss. Bye-bye.
That's it. The great Otto and George said it best. And you are right. Thank you for that call. Another great caller. I like those short in and out. So for $24.99 a month, it's just something that says the official Town Dicks show producers come work out before the show. I don't know who Casey thinks he's talking to, but I don't think there are a lot of people in his audience who want to pay to work out with him. For $4.99 a month, $50 a month, it's the Executioner Group, which now you get connecting on social media. And I just fucking lost it. Hold on one second.
Love it, chatter. Casey is like a monkey with a type. God, go back. Casey's like a monkey with a typewriter. Once in a while, he'll do something coherent, but probably not.
Yeah, Casey definitely, he's not good at running his own show. He needs a handler. He needs a producer. He needs someone to run the chat. He missed some super chats yesterday. I tried to explain to him. For any of you out there that have ever used StreamYard, and even if you haven't, all of the super chats, they will star them, and there's a section just for the super chats. All he has to do is click on the star and find them that way, and it's very simple. But he, for some reason, couldn't grasp that, and yeah, he ended up missing some super chats because of that. He's still using the mouse to scroll up and down through the chat to find them.
Well, he was annoying me too, going back and forth between hands, and he's reaching over his mic stand, and that was irritating me a bit that I saw. But he needs someone to keep him focused because the chat fucks with him. The chat sends him super chats with questions to throw him off track because they know it'll throw him off track. And I'm like, I can't watch this. I need somebody with focus and that's going in a direction.
100%. He does need someone, and I don't know if that someone is Vince, the attorney, which I don't think he even brought up Vince. I know we haven't played any of the clips, but just from, it's a very short video for Casey. It's only like 50 minutes if anyone wants to watch the whole thing. I will skim through to some things.
And that was the thing too. He made it seem like it was going to be like this long 3-hour show. He had a lot planned, and then he just all of a sudden.
Well, that's the thing too that we can talk about, because he starts apologizing to Melton at one point. And then everyone in the chat is like, because Casey just keeps going like, I have so much I want to cover. I have so much I want to cover. I have so much I want to talk about. So just fucking talk about it. He keeps talking about how we're gonna talk about it to the point where like everyone's like, Melton is gonna go live in a half hour. Can you fucking speed this up? I think Ian Hawk said that.
It was Ian Hawk, yeah.
And Casey's like, oh, I'm sorry. And then Casey cuts his own show short because the whole thing is stupid. But let me continue here just for a second, because I'm actually just seeing this all for the first time. I saw up to the Workout with KC show and I was like, what the fuck is this? For
Hey,
40
real
Yes.
quick, I'm sorry, El Horrible. We have a $2
sorry.
super chat.
Yes, Dave Dallifer, thank you. Is this thing on? Thank you for the $2. Yes, it is on.
And we also have a new member.
Oh, Arrow Kitty, thank you so much for becoming a beloved chatta. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, so for $49.99 a month, you become an executioner, which means connecting on social media, friends of the court and my cats. The executioner gets to throw out one person a show. So for $50, you can kick someone out. Like, that seems like a good way to build fans. And then for $99.99 a month, it just says drive my car while I make fart noises. And that membership is called My Producer and Pick Guests. So I guess for $100 a month, you can also be Casey's producer, which is crazy because OJ behind the scenes actually tries to help Casey a lot. He talks to Casey and he tries to help him out. Casey or OJ, would you recommend anyone spend $99.99 to deal with the headaches that you deal with?
Hey, if you're a fan of Casey, I'm never going to tell people not to spend their money on him. But yeah, I've even offered free services to him to help him out. I really want to see him succeed, but the path he's taking.
You've been helping him for free.
Yeah.
Could you imagine paying $100 to help him out and deal with the fucking bullshit?
Absolutely not.
Jared, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to BeDabblin.
Oh yeah, I want to address Jared real. Could guys, let's give Jared a break out there. Our moderators. Let's not put him on excessive timeouts unless he's really.
That's Jared. Yes, please, moderators, treat Jared well. He is now a member. Before when he wasn't a member, yes, fuck with them all. No, I'm kidding, Jared. I've never told my moderators to fuck with you, and I've only told my moderators to lay off. I don't know what they have against you, but obviously you pissed someone off, I guess. I have no idea. But thank you, Jared, for becoming a member. All right, so let's just play this a little bit, and I'm gonna skim through. I want to get to the arty part, definitely, but the beginning part, you'll just see he keeps like teasing that he has things to say, but he never says it.
Too many teases.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
This one. Ryan Sherman is awesome.
Sherman.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, get it together. Ryan Sherman became a YouTube member.
Sherman.
Okay, that's good. Don't know what it means, but cool. All right.
See, he doesn't even know what the membership
He's giving me great advice and great guy. Guys, tonight,
it's a great guy, but I could never pronounce his name ever.
I'm going to tell you what
Him and Ray,
happened.
though, the people that give him money, they're great people. I love that guy. That guy's great.
Sure.
They're the people that donate, of course. Yeah,
Yes.
I'd love those people too. Give me money. I love it too.
And that's how I feel. The people who give me money are great people. The rest of you are garbage. No, I'm kidding. All right, let's continue with KC talking about Ryan Sherman.
I had to take some time off, do some introspection.
Is that a right word, Aussie guy?
Introspection.
Yeah,
that's right, isn't it?
Oh, okay. I don't know. You were quick to judge me on my words. I just wanted him to be wrong.
No, I think that's right.
Thinking that's never a good thing when it comes to me because I'm dumb. I'm a dumb fuck. I'm not a bright person. Well, we all knew that. Look, when you get a 710 on your SAT, yeah, you're probably not the brightest. I mean, like, look, I can do well, like, like street smarts, they call them or whatever. Like, no, I'm not even good at that. Like, I'm not even good at that. Like, when you think someone is your friend or something like that, and then they turn out to screw you over. I'm not good at that either. What are you good at, Case? Not much. Not much at all. Not much at all. But there's a green one, so I got to press green. I know colors.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, where is it?
Jules David. I love Jules David.
It's like an infant doing a
what you doing
show.
tonight. Hey, Jules. I had DoorDash, of course. And this is place I like. They got a corned beef sandwich over there at the Jewish deli. I'm not Jewish.
I said, hey, Casey, just make sure you click the colors. The colors are important. Oh, and speaking of colors, we have some colors. Thank you for the $1.99. Surprise me. I don't want to be your garbage. You're not garbage to me anymore. Surprise me. Thank you for the $2. And Dayla, thank you for the $2. To be great. Thank you, Dayla. Thank you guys so much for the super chats and membership signups. Yeah, so basically Casey owning it that, he knows he's dumb. We know. Casey's always been that guy.
It's the worst kept secret, but yeah.
Yeah, it's the worst kept secret. So he keeps talking about how, we got a lot to talk about. So I'm going to jump ahead now.
People.
And he finally starts to talk about things, I think, around here.
Guys, I'm telling you, this is going to be like a 2-piss or 3-piss show.
No, it's not. Because you cut it at 50 minutes.
Joe Black. Hi, Joe. We're in this. Thank you, Joe. How cool, man. I appreciate it. And that's what I'm saying. It's like whenever you read the
what are you saying?
Stuff, usually
he's not saying anything.
It sucks because the one or two people that shit on you prevent you from reading and meeting such nice people like Joe Black. So I got plans. I know where this channel's going. I know where my niche is. I know what my alley is. And when I tell you about living in the past,
just tell us.
That's going to mean something in a little bit. Hold on, look at this orange.
But why is that going to mean something in a little bit? Why don't you just say it?
I was gonna say it's the only thing you learned from radio is teasing.
Yes.
Get people to stick through the fucking commercials, but that's not happening. Get on with it.
There needs to be a payoff. You can't just tease a tease. David Dallifer, thank you for the $5. To be better. You're doing better, Dave Dallador. Dallifer. I'm horrible. I'm just as bad as KC. But thank you, David, for all the continued support. Yeah, so he keeps talking about how he's going to talk about what his new show, what it is. So then he goes offline where there's just a blue screen for a couple of minutes.
Actually, speaking of that, because he kept talking about how it's going to be a 2-piece show or 3-piece show. And like he said, we'll take a break shortly so you can all go for a piss. Like, who cares what the audience is doing?
Right.
Just
do
do your show.
Yeah, just do the show. So this is where Ian Hawk tells him the Onion is about to go live in 30 minutes. Get to the point.
So what are you saying, Ian? I got to get off at 10
No.
o'clock?
No, he's just saying
That's good.
your
because
audience is about to
I
leave.
just wanted to touch base with you because the reason why I was late today is because there were still 5 people in my fucking account that made themselves admin.
What?
How?
I
How?
can't stand it. I'm telling you.
You gave them a password. Or
I
that's
know what's going to
Vince
happen because I know me.
and his 5
I'm
different
going to be
accounts.
here with you guys.
Yeah, good
because
call.
I got a lot going on, and I got the show that's going on. But I'm going to make an example of someone who's not making fun of me. That's totally cool. I expect that. And
Okay, so here I thought maybe he would have brought up Melton, because he's saying someone's gonna pay now. I don't. But now he's saying it's not someone who was making fun of him.
And I'll laugh with you, like Richard Christie's songs. When he did all those gay songs. Who was laughing the hardest? I still laugh my ass off because he's hilarious and those songs are hilarious. But when you infiltrate my emails and first of all, it's illegal.
I don't think it is. You can. It's not illegal to send emails to people.
What does infiltrate your emails mean?
Fucking DoorDash. I got heartburn now because I eat it as fast as I can.
That's it. But a lot of these shows, a lot of these guys have a lot of body noises coming out of them constantly. I don't know what that's about.
All right, so let me tell you, because I know Onion's coming out. I don't want to screw up with his show.
You know what's hilarious? I don't
One
know
of
if
the
you
shows that I got going
Sorry,
on.
could you pause that? As soon as you said that, my stomach started growling.
Oh, sure. No, I've done it too. I've had some, some bubble guts or whatever, but you can have a mute button. There's a button that mute everything that you are, if you want to mute things, you can mute. Which is what you should do. So, all right.
Or
So
just
we're
lean back from the mic.
or just just get back from the mic if you're gonna burp, kind of deal. I mean, I know it's hilarious when you burp in the microphone. Tukey did it the other day. Sometimes it's funny, but for the most part, it's kind of gross.
But Twiki doesn't have a microphone.
He doesn't.
It's
I
just-
know.
It's just free air in front of you. What's going on there?
That's how much of a professional broadcaster Tukey is. He sounds wonderful even without a mic.
You should put a little fake lapel mic on him.
He had a headset like Kevin Brennan used to wear, but it just falls. Anything on Tukey's head, if I don't staple it on, it just constantly falls off. So, but we'll figure it out. I'll get him a headset and we'll figure that out. So we're 23 minutes and 27 seconds into Casey's show, and he has told everyone nothing. He has teased that he has some things in the works. He has a new show. He keeps saying live in the past. What is that, Casey? Whoa, I can't figure out what live in the past means. Oh, are you gonna talk about old Howard Stern days? Yes, spoiler. So Ian Hawke thankfully goes, come on, get to the point, Casey. And we start to get to some kind of point. But you're right. What does it mean to infiltrate his emails? Is this the Brandon Network? Is this the first line of attack? Let's see.
It's called Living in the Past. And
so is the show called Live or Live in the Past or Living in the Past?
Remember I was telling you guys before I left to think about some stuff? Well, one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to get the peripheral. I think I said it right. Peripheral, like the people on the outside. I'm talking about the Bobby Badfingers.
So
I'm talking
bad.
about the Johnny Mud Budman.
No one
If you
wants
guys
to
are
hear
real
about
fans,
them.
which I think you are,
Look at him trying to use
I'm
his
going to
mouse.
interview these people.
This is infuriating. You're reaching
I got
over
a
your
whole list.
mic
Jules
stand.
David, I love her.
You're right.
The Onion is just showing a replay tonight. Don't rush, Casey. Let's go.
So basically what Casey is saying is that he is going to start doing a show with the worst of the worst whack packers, I guess. He is talking about having whack packers on his show, basically, but whack packers that no one even remembers. Badfingers, wasn't that the guy who just did the snapping?
I don't even remember.
And then wasn't Johnny Mudman the guy who claimed he could beat everyone at everything? Like he was a better broadcaster. He could beat you at any sport. He had like a Southern accent. He came in like with a cowboy hat on.
Oh yeah.
Remember that guy?
Right. Yeah.
He wanted to challenge Howard to like a script writing contest and then like play basketball. Like these were not like, and he's like, if you're a real fan, you know who these people are. No one knows who these people are. The only name I think he mentions at some point is Croy. And like, I thought I would have assumed Croy was dead. You know what I mean, OJ? I know Aussie Guy, you don't know who we're talking about, but
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Chico Ruizing brings up a good point.
What do you say? Chico Ruizing. Meanwhile, Wendy the retard was in the chat trying to talk to KC. That is fascinating because I guess she was trying to say hi, Casey. And he wasn't even paying attention to her. But KC, if you need a contact, I can get you Wendy. We're good friends now. So now Casey's gonna do like basically what John was trying to do, but with lesser characters. So like Aussie Guy, you were talking about how like I don't want to hear about like even from Grillo or Ganji, like those ancillary characters. Casey's even going more obscure and trying to get like, this is not going to work. And again, he does not mention Vince, I don't think, in this whole episode. So did he break ties with Vince? But how, like you said, I think Vince created those membership tiers. Like there's no way KC created those membership tiers.
I think now that we're talking about it, I think maybe Vince did those, gay shows with KC, took over his YouTube page to try to get it going. And KC's like, what the hell's going on here? Like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, well, you could tell. I mean, KC is not completely stupid. Like, he knew Vince was kind of like troll, or at least he was going, wait, what do you mean? Like, we're talking about me being gay? Like Casey knew something was kind of happening in Vince's head, but he was kind of still going with it. I'm kind of wondering if he told Vince to fuck off.
I'm starting to think that.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. And that's the thing, again, with these Howard Stern guys is, like, the reason you're so popular and so well known is because Howard would goof on you.
Right.
And make fun of your flaws. And so I think that's what Vince has been trying to do with all of these ex-Howard Stern guys. And he's pretty good at sneaking in jabs past people that they don't even realize they've just been burned. But I think that's what Vince is trying to do. He's trying to bring that out of these people, but they're so full of themselves because they were on the Howard Stern show. They think they have talent.
Right.
But no, your talent is how broken you are. That's your talent.
Right. KC wants to now show you that he can be the Howard Stern.
Yes.
Like, I'm going to now be the Howard Stern and have my own little whack pack of these other people who were like barely whack packer. Croy was a whack packer, but Bad Fingers or whoever he mentioned and Mudman they were not.
Yeah, the most unmemorable people.
Yeah, and that's who he's leading off with.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't even give a fuck about Ass Napkin Ed. To me, Ass Napkin Ed is not a fucking
or
what are you
Tan
gonna get?
Mom.
Yeah, or Bong Hit Eric or Bong Hit Bill. Like, I guarantee you he gets like Bong Hit Eric or something, which I'm surprised those kind of people haven't made their way. Like, obviously Wendy has. Wendy is kind of the first that has made her way into this universe as like a spectator kind of deal.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised, like, he could be fucking dead, but yeah, like a Bong Hit Eric. I used to hate all the Bong Hit people, all those callers. They used to annoy the shit out of me.
I agree.
Anybody who like makes their identity the fact that they smoke weed.
Oh my God, you don't think it's cool?
Oh,
dude,
Jesus.
I love weed.
Wasn't one of those guys like
weed
latching on to Eric the Midget through his Stickum, and that's how he was getting on Stern? I remember correctly, but yeah, those guys are irrelevant to me.
Yeah, they've all done it at some point. And then but then that's the other thing. A lot of these people are fucking dead. Like, who is he gonna get? That's why he had to lead off with Bad Fingers and Croy and Mudman, because it's like everyone else is fucking dead. Everyone you care about is dead. Hank is dead. Elephant Boy is dead. Crackhead Bob is dead.
Beetlejuice. We still got Beetlejuice.
I don't even think Casey could get Beetlejuice.
No, I don't think so either.
This is way too big to do the Casey Armstrong show. Are you fucking insane?
In all seriousness, like back in the day, like I'd obviously heard of Howard Stern, like he's huge, but I knew Howard and Beetlejuice. I knew none of the other members of the show, and I knew Beetlejuice from wrestling.
Yeah,
he was on WCW.
That's crazy. That was your introduction to Beetlejuice. Was seeing
Yeah.
him? Was it with Jeff Jarrett or another
when
time?
Jeff Jarrett hit him with the guitar.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's insane.
Wow, Carlos Danger, Ass Napkin Ed appeared at Monster Mania convention a few years back. That is insane to me that anyone would even ask him to do that. Apparently, he was so difficult to deal with, they never invited him back. Hashtag fun fact. That is a fun fact, Carlos. Thank you for that. Yeah, I couldn't imagine inviting Ass Napkin Ed to a convention. Like, it must. How depressing. Bob Flossie, Crackhead is dead. Yes, Crackhead died quite some time ago. Yeah, he's dead. They're all dead. They're all dead.
Stunning turn of events. Crackhead died.
Oh yeah, no, Crackhead was one of my favorites because he was one of the first whack packers that legitimately made my dad laugh. Like, my dad would laugh his fucking balls off hearing Crackhead Bob try to explain shit.
Yeah.
And so I always have a special place. Him and Elephant Boy and Hank, like those original kind of three. I know there were whack packers before them, but those three were kind of like my big three in the whack pack fucking era.
So Crackhead Bob died in 2016, by the way.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Kinky Loco, I've heard ass napkin Ed is a nightmare to deal with in real life. I'm sure he is. We should get him
we just
on.
heard from Carlos Danger.
Yes. Chico Ruizing, the trip when AC and Beetlejuice went to Arkansas was a classic. Yes.
Yeah, that was hilarious. They had to like pack diapers for him. And
did they lose him at one point too?
I don't know if they
in the hotel.
I think that was a different time. I think I could be wrong.
Oh man, yeah, I can't even imagine what it was like to babysit. Oh yeah, was that the time it was just KC?
Yeah.
And Beetlejuice. Okay, I remember that.
And his handler, Beetlejuice's handler Sean, couldn't make it, so he wrote out a bunch of instructions for Casey about not giving him drinks and room service and the diapers.
I do remember that. Yes, I do remember that. Let me see if I can find where Casey so Casey finally reveals that basically he is hurt by this one person who pretended to be. He is so angry with this person that pretended to be Artie. So I don't know if you know Aussie Guy, but Artie Lang changes his phone number constantly, and Casey knows this. So Casey used the last number that he had of Artie, and he reached out like a while ago, and he said, "Hey, I don't know if this is still Artie, but hey, I just wanted to say I'm thinking of you." Blah 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 blah. And the person wrote back, and they started having a conversation. Eventually, Casey asked him a question that Casey said only Artie knows the answer to this, and Artie has never mentioned the answer anywhere. And the guy gave him the answer, so he goes, "Holy shit! Thank you. I'm talking to my friend Artie. Yes, I can't believe it. Thank you, Jesus. I'm talking to my good friend Artie." Well, it turns out he wasn't talking to his good friend Artie. And I think Casey claims at some point that this guy actually somehow bought one of Artie's old, like this guy knew that Artie had given up his old number and somehow bought it. I don't even know if that's a thing.
Because I was literally about to ask, like, what are the chances?
Well,
yes, that it's a Howard Stern fan that knows KC.
Agreed.
Blah, blah,
right.
blah,
That is odd. But I can also see Artie going on air and telling some stories. I used to use this name for my phone. And
well, he did. Well, that's what happened. Artie did either say it in his audiobook or he said it on air on Stern. But Aussie Guy is right. Even if that's the case, what are the chances that someone got Artie Lang's old number? And one, the chances of them being an Artie Lang fan are astronomical, right? Then for them to actually know the answer to the Artie Lang question that only Artie Lang is supposed to know, that's even more astronomical. But there was a point. It is, JT, that's trolling to another level. And Vince even admitted, they said this was like one of the greatest trollings ever because somehow they got Artie's old number. They were a Stern fan, and they knew the answer to Artie's question, which I believe was Craig Nettles. And other people are saying it too. I knew the answer.
The more I think about it, it's really not that crazy, considering how many phone numbers Artie did have and how many people were fans of the Stern show. And imagine getting this phone number and you're getting calls from people, "Hey, Artie," and then you kind of put two and two together, and
crazy.
like, "Oh, this was Artie Lang's number," and yeah,
I'm not.
It is still pretty wild, though.
I think I'm with El Haribe. Someone went out of their way to get that number to be able to troll.
And Casey implies that.
Friends.
I don't know how you could, but Casey implies that they did. Again, Casey knows nothing. Casey's right up there with Ray, where Casey would claim a video's fake without even watching it. But yeah, I don't know. He seemed to claim that he believes the person somehow bought the number knowing that it was Artie Lang's old number so that he could troll. And again, please reach out to me, BeDabblershow@gmail.com if you are the Artie Lang prankster, because I would just love to know who you are. Your identity is safe with me. I just want to build a friendship with you. You seem like the kind of person I would be friends with. So please reach out to El Harible, BeDabblershow@gmail.com or at BeDabbler on Twitter or wherever you can reach me.
Let's go all night. All right, Jules. Don't tempt me with a good time.
I want to find
like Jules.
where he starts talking about this because this person broke him. Yes.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I got to say, Ryan Sherman brings up a great point. It could just be a spoofed number.
Yeah, but wasn't it?
Does that work the other way?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought the story was that KC reached out to. I guess what you're saying is if KC mentioned that he'd reached out to Artie and then someone spoofed Artie's number, I guess.
Right.
But Yeah.
Wait. I'm so
You're not following that. So
no,
yeah.
I'm
So,
not. So let's say I have your number, OJ.
Sure.
And I'm
What you do.
sending you a text, right? Someone can spoof your number, and if I'm sending a text to your number, I'm actually sending it to. You know what I mean? Like, how does that work? Are you both getting the text?
Well, I don't think it works that way. But what I think Sherman was alluding to was that he heard Casey talking about trying to call Artie. The guy then probably got the number for himself and then worked his magic. I don't know. This is all confusing. Either way, this is crazy.
Numbers or anything. Yeah.
I don't know either, because I know I can make my number show up to, I can make any number show up to you if I contact you. I just don't know, I don't know how it works the other way. De La was saying that Casey called them. Antoine Cumia, I personally think that this never happened, and Casey is ashamed. He lied about getting Artie on the show. I agree with you, Antoine Cumia. I agree too. I think that whole Artie coming on the show thing was a giant bullshit thing, just like
PosterGate J21.
I don't think Casey ever had any, he never had any intentions of having Artie on. He just figured, I'll throw this out there and, it'll cause some buzz, just like the posters that were never made. All right, let me see. I'm trying to find where Casey talks about this whole situation. But yes, I believe that's a possibility as well. Again,
You know what they should do. Sorry,
What's that?
I'm stuck on the posters. The Shuli Network should just give everyone a free sub for a month to make up for the no posters.
That's pretty good. Did you get that idea from Dylan from somewhere? Did he text that to you? That's not a bad idea though. Yeah, I mean, they obviously have the information of people who bought the $30 tier or whatever. It was only an extra $5. You're right. They can do something to make up for it. And that's why we will keep covering
PosterGate J21.
Until there has been some kind of resolution. Until the Shuli Network makes this right. Again.
Or just say we're full of shit. We apologize. Like
anything.
Yeah.
Again, we assume you correct. We don't know the facts. We just assume everything.
You are great. You and your onion on M.
Oh, stop talking.
The Sports Illustrated speakerphone salesman. It's like, what are you talking about? He's a loser. He's I already talked to him. I'm going to see Florentine. Florentine's playing in Riverhead.
No.
The Riverhead. It's right in Riverhead.
No.
My brother.
No.
Riverhead more.
So he takes me and he throws me in front of my mother.
No.
He must have been pissed.
No.
His brother kicked his ass.
Still do.
Casey's
through a
stories are
glass
great.
table.
Casey's stories are great when you just keep skipping forward like that.
Yeah, they sound interesting.
Yeah.
Most amazing human beings that I've ever met in my life. And during the time off, I had to think about a lot of
this is it.
things.
Hold on, I'm backing up.
Just one of them.
All right, this is the last thing we're going to do.
The show that's coming up, it's called Living in the Past. That's just one of them, where I'm going to talk to, all those people. That's just one of the shows. I got a bunch of them coming up.
A bunch?
And
Just gonna talk to all those people.
I got heartburn.
Take an Alka-Seltzer, Jesus Christ. Take a Tums.
All right, I'm better.
You got some for the Aj, Earl.
But one of the other things I wanted to tell you guys was Artie Lang.
Just tell us. A drunk? An alcoholic? A drug
what
addict?
I always thought, and I still do, one of the most amazing human beings that I've ever met in my life. And during the time off, I had to think about a lot of things. And one of the things that I had to think of is, you know what? Maybe he wasn't the friend to me. Maybe he didn't care about me as much as I thought he did. No.
Holy shit. Why do all these guys need a daddy? Why is it Artie Lang's responsibility to care about KC? Why are all these guys so damaged where they need the validity of another grown man to validate their existence? I don't get it.
No, that's insane. The lack of focus and not getting to the point is
He
it
looks
is
very focused
infuriating.
there.
I can't deal with it. He's
No,
so
I
hard
know.
to listen to.
That is a very good point, especially with KC. He's always he just has all these people that he wants as father figures. Oh, that he had that coach guy on that kind of ghosted him. That's not doing shows with him anymore. That was a father figure to him. Yeah, I don't understand.
I'm telling you right now, his new father figure is about to be Patrick Melton.
Well, that's another thing. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna let go that long, but he starts apologizing to Melton.
Very weird.
Why are you apologizing to Melton? Melton was the one who was ripping your asshole apart.
Do you know what I think
For
with
once.
KC? Sorry, quickly, I was thinking the other day because guys like Shuli and Levy and that hung out with him, they're all scared of him. Like they know he can give you a whooping and all that.
Right.
And I think KC's got through a lot of his life like that. But then someone like Melton comes along who's like, I'm not scared of you. I don't give a fuck. Like
Right.
it really shook him to the core where he was like, I'm not used to this.
Right.
People are scared of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that goes back to KC's upbringing. He was brought up by a coach, a wrestling coach. So his dad instilled into him to be a man, to be tough. So to attack KC, he's got mental issues on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that questioning his manhood in any way is not advised for anybody that knows KC's personality.
I wonder if Casey's also apologizing to Melton because Melton is 7'4", 520 pounds.
I don't know.
From Chernobyl, France.
Maybe I over romanticized our relationship.
Yes.
Look, I loved this guy. He was
What
like an
about
idol to me.
Go on.
I
Talk
think
about it.
Artie has quite a few things to worry about himself before he goes, oh, I wonder how KC's doing today.
Yeah.
There still is a slim chance that
There's a lot of people that Artie would reach out to first
Yeah.
before
Yeah,
KC.
do you think Artie thinks about KC at all?
Sure. Yeah, he considered him a friend at one point in their life, for sure.
I don't know. But anymore, I mean, it just seems like Artie is in such a shit, part of his life that he, I can't imagine he's even thinking about KC or even remembers him.
Made you think that case? Well, what made me think was
At least to the point where KC thinks about Artie. Because KC seems to feel like he lost his best friend or something. They work together. How many people that you used to work with, think of all your jobs, especially a job you had 30 fucking years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
I'm sure you were close to those people at the time, but if you called them now, they'd go, oh yeah, OJ. I kind of
Yeah,
remember you.
when you're seeing someone every day, yeah, you kind of do become best friends
Yeah.
because you're talking to them more than anyone else. But as soon as you leave that job, 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, you never speak to that person ever again.
100%.
Yeah, he changed his number a million times. But don't you think if you want someone that you really care about to know your number, don't you think that you're going to give it to him?
Bingo.
Not just keep changing your changing your number.
Yeah,
It's not
so
like
Artie obviously had no thought of giving you his number. That's why he keeps changing his names. I'm sure they said, Artie, you have to change your number because you're continuing to talk to people in this world of drugs and everything and gambling. And guess what, Casey? You are from the world of drugs and gambling.
wrote him 5-page dissertations on the benefits of tadpole research in the Bronx. Nothing like that.
What?
What is going on?
There was a lot of rambling about
I
nothing.
understand.
He might have a
going
brain
through-
infection through his dick, allegedly.
Going through addiction, going through rehab.
That is true. Artie was at the KC intervention. Artie did attend Casey's intervention, says beloved chatter. That means they are friends for life. Listen, I've never been to an intervention. I've never been, had an intervention for myself. So I don't know. Maybe that is the case. I mean, people do. I would imagine someone has to care about you very much to be involved in your intervention. But again, that also depends on what point in your life they're at with you. Like, yes, if this was 10 years ago and I was at a totally different job, friends from that job would be at my intervention, but I wouldn't expect any of those people to be at an intervention for me now. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and the other question is, was Casey at Artie's intervention?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Artie ever even had an intervention. I think the intervention was when Colin Quinn and his mom found him on the floor with.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But there are people that you just want to know that they're.
Someone has to tell KC Artie doesn't want to be his friend anymore. I know it's tough.
That. Maybe I'm not one of those guys. I'm not in any way putting down Artie. Don't you dare think that. I love him, but maybe I wasn't good for him. So I have to think about that.
Yes, you don't have a pussy. Artie is interested in being friends with humans that have pussies. Dayla, Casey needs an intervention so people can explain to him he's a homosexual. Yeah, I mean, even right there, it's like, I guess I wasn't good enough for him, or whatever he just said. It's very, very,
just an intervention to explain that he shouldn't be podcasting, or podcasting solo at the very least. Like, he's got to have somebody steering the ship.
Agreed. That's pretty much it. If you want to listen to the rest of KC's show, it's only 50 minutes, and that was at like the half-hour mark or something like that. That started about 31 minutes in or something like that, and you can get the whole non-story story of why KC took a break and why he's back. Go sign up for his memberships. You can be his producer for $100 a month, much like Chad. Or no, I think Chad was doing for $100 a month. He'll mention your business. Whatever the fuck that means. Where is Chad? Chad seems to have disappeared the last 2 days or so. He did not do a Mud Sharks Loving Misery yesterday. Kevin did his solo show, but we hope that Chad as well. What?
I have been muted. I don't know how long.
Are you serious? You've been talking this whole time?
Yes.
So you just thought I was a total dickhead?
Right there, I just realized it. Like, there's no way he's cutting me off. I wanted to point out Ryan SVG. KC really seems to be upset by the trolling, which is exactly what trolls love. Yes, I've been trying to explain this to KC. He doesn't grasp it. He's just not grasping it.
Yeah, you're right, Ryan. He's feeding right into what the trolls want. Even though he's saying this stuff doesn't bother him, it obviously does. But yeah, it is another eventful week in the whatever this is. I hesitate to call it this Dabbleverse anymore.
It's still the Dabble. It's always going to be the Dabbleverse.
Sure. A crazy week in the Dabbleverse. Citizen N says he's in communication with Chad. He's got things cooking. Interesting. I would love to see it. I'm rooting for him.
I want Chad to do something.
Pocket hot dogs?
Pocket hot dogs, yes. Just like the Hot Pocket line of pocket hot dogs. Detroit Dabbler, thank you for the $4.99. BeDabbler, you're awesome. I mentioned you in a super chat to MLC, and Kevin wouldn't read it. Oh, I know.
Wow.
He doesn't.
He's a fucking idiot.
He's a fucking idiot. I'm not gonna have a fucking puppet or a guy. He's a fucking Cookie Monster. I'm not gonna fucking do that. We're gonna go to AC, and everyone just wants to fucking watch me play cards, which is probably a good idea. I don't know. I wish I could go to that AC trip, but I cannot. What's the matter? I like Ray dancing.
No, yeah, I didn't mean to put that up there. I meant to put up my Smurf picture.
Oh, yes, and a fucking Smurf. Were you supposed to be the Smurf?
I'm assuming I'm the Smurf.
I thought I was the Smurf because I had blue. That's what I assumed. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? But anyway, but yes, Kevin will not have any of my forms on, and I think it's because he's intimidated. Not that, obviously we all know that spot is meant for like a lol cow type thing. And then everyone go, oh, are you calling Patrick a lol cow? No, I'm not. But I think he, and neither is Carl, obviously, but he understands those two guys bring eyes to his show, and they help him out greatly. But normally you have a Ray DeVito in that spot, you have Corey Adam in that spot, you have Ski Mask in that spot. I mean, those are the kind of guys I think Kevin is comfortable having, because Kevin can just goof on them the whole time. I mean, what's he gonna goof on a puppet about? Being a puppet?
I can't believe I'm talking to a fucking puppet.
No, well, that's what he's gonna say. Tukey will come on and go, "Whoa, Kevin Brennan, that's so nice to be on the show." And then he'll just cut him off, and he'll go,
"Right,
yeah, I'm not doing it with the fucking puppet. I'm not." Like, Tukey will last literally 2 seconds before Kevin cuts him off and just, "I'm not fucking doing it. I'm not fucking talking this fucking puppet." So it's not even worth. Yeah,
I couldn't see Kevin interacting with a puppet.
No. And that's what the funniest thing about all this. It's like these comics all lack like humor. Like, it's like, oh, everything's fucking hack. Everything's a fucking hack. And then it's like you try to do something different, and it's like, oh, he's a fucking idiot. He's just doing a fucking puppet. He's a fucking loser. 7Dub7, thank you so much for the $20. Today I learned Tukey is such a pro that he doesn't even need a microphone. Wow! Thank you so much, 7Dub7.
We got a bunch of oh wow, look at all the colors. We got a bunch of colors coming in.
Wow, the color of the day is orange and blue. Detroit Dabbler, thank you for the $1.99. OJ is solid too. Of course OJ is solid. That's why we have him here all the time, even though he mutes his mics and has 20-minute conversations with himself. Why are they not listening to me? Dr. Spaghetti Tooth John, thank you for the $20. Thank you for another great show. Thank you, and thank you for calling in. It was so great to hear your voice. Thank you all for the super chats. Thank you all for the support.
She makes me want to buy her a one-way ticket to Cleveland.
Yes, we will send you a one-way ticket to Cleveland. And we all know one-way tickets to Cleveland involve basements and dungeons and being chained up and all that other fun stuff that happened in Cleveland.
Hey, maybe we could go see Ray DeVito live also.
Yes, you can take her to a Ray DeVito show. David Dallaford, thank you for the $2. We love OJ. Yes.
Thanks, man.
Everyone loves OJ. And we all love the Aussie Guy. Aussie Guy, tell us again where we can see all of your fantastic work.
Search out United States of Australia on your podcast apps. Look, I have a YouTube channel, but it's still under the Malatown name, etc. So I'm going to get United States of Australia name changed and all that.
Another name change?
Well, no, just on the just on my YouTube is currently Malatown. I haven't changed the name yet.
See, I wasn't listening again.
Yeah, no, it's great broadcasting. So yeah, if you go to Malatown YouTube channel and subscribe to that, I'll be changing the name over soon. And yes, hopefully, hopefully I'll start doing some live streams and shit like that on YouTube. But mostly podcast at the moment. Episode 1's out. Episode 2 is very close, coming very soon. And go to youtube.com/getmygo. Get My Go is back. And I have a lot of fun doing that show. Not on the latest one, but I look forward to doing some more Get My Go soon. So check out that on YouTube. And on Twitter, I am at that Sussy Guy.
Is that an invite to be on the show?
I did put that on by
If anyone wants to join the show for the last couple minutes, OJ put the link.
I was trying to put his link in for his page,
but if you want to hop on the show right now, we'll stay on for like an extra 10 minutes or something. If anyone wants to use that link, OJ screwed up and he put on the link for this show. He meant to put on a link for probably Get My Go or his other
exactly.
YouTube. And next time you're on, we'll definitely have Husey on with you again because I like that. That was fun to have you both.
Yeah,
on.
look, I always enjoy being on a show with Husey. I think he and I go back and forth pretty good. It's always fun. But yeah, sorry, my final plug is Twitter. On Twitter, I am at that sussy guy.
Twitter.
Just imagine that Aussie guy and put an S where the A should be.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you as always for joining us. And Carlos Danger, thank you for the $5. Did I ever tell you about the time I was on Misery Loves Company? Bragger. What do they call you? Insufferable buffoon or something like that. What do they call you, Carlos? I did not see. I missed that, Carlos, but I have to go back and watch that. I did hear that you were on there, and
It's
I heard
because Carlos is actually the puppeteer, because he's got his hand up Ray's ass. And
I say it every time. Ray DeVito is ruining the Carlos Danger brand. Get away from him, Carlos. I know I was one of the first people who told you to stay with Ray. You make his show, but he is infuriating. And there, OJ has put up the YouTube link, youtube.com/@GetMyGo. Everyone go follow @Obnoxious John, who has been doing some live streaming.
Yeah, I've done a couple. I did one 10-minute test run, and then I was going to do another 10-minute test run, and it turned into 2 hours. So that was kind of fun.
Great. No, that was great. I was doing yard work at the time, and it got me through everything. I enjoy it. I enjoy your voice. I enjoy your take on everything. Everyone I have on this show, I enjoy. And thank you to all my beloved chatters who I enjoy. Thank you for signing up for the YouTube memberships. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the overall support, everybody. And don't miss Tukey Monday after MLC on NLO. Patrick Melton will be doing a Mondays with Melton MLC wrap-up show. And since Kevin will not have Tukey on his show, Melton has invited Tukey on his show to talk about Kevin's show. So
make sure Melton keeps that free for everybody, because
yes,
I don't want to miss that. And he's usually on while I'm asleep, so I love waking up and going and looking at it and going, sweet, 4.5 hours. That's the first half of my workday covered. So when he goes members only and hacks it down to about 2 hours, I'm very upset.
Yes. But for only $10 a month, you do get all of his members only videos and stuff like that. So Detroit Dabbler said, subscribe, OJ. Don't stab me in the back or throat. I don't know what you mean. John's ear mites. We love you, BeDabbler. We love you, John's ear mites. Thank you, everybody.
We love all of our beloved chatters.
Yes, we love the Aussie guy. We love all our beloved chatters. We love OJ and my people. As always, till next time, always be dabbling.
Hello, everyone. This is your favorite world-famous host, Stuttering John. Thanks for watching BeDabblin Live with El Horrible. Leave him a voicemail anytime, and we'll play it on the show. 973-440-9770. Follow at El Horrible on Twitter at BeDabbler. Follow OJ on Twitter at Obnoxious John. Till next time, BeDabblin.
Yeah!